And Professor Isesage has said, look, it's going to be an effort in futility. This is what Professor Isesage said. He said, Senate has neither the power nor the authority to summon me to appear before it. Well, he said, in making the statement, which seems to have offended some senators, I was merely exercising my constitutional rights to express my opinion. If anyone is offended, he can approach a court of law. Senate cannot constitute itself into prosecutor and judge. We have courts. End of quote. That's Professor Isesage. For example, Mr. Dele Momodu, the public perception of the National Assembly in what some of the senators are concerned that some senators are of questionable character. Does it look like that on the outside here from the perspectives of Nigerians?
Let me tell you, Shehu, any serious Nigerian should be seriously troubled at this moment. We're advertently or inadvertently destroying all our institutions. We've labeled judges as thieves, as rogues. We've labeled the legislature as very corrupt, wasteful. We've labeled even the DSS, a very, very important arm of our security, national security. We've rubbished them. We should be worried. I'm not bothered by individuals and their personal fight. Most of these fights are based on personal vendetta, personal ambition. We must protect our institutions, because how can you write off an entire legislature as being, a house of thieves and rogues, and you just label everybody and dismiss them? Nigerians voted for them, either in their collective wisdom or collective stupidity.
So, Chief Momodu, if I may quickly come in here, do you think that the Senate is overreaching itself recently with the series of summons that we've seen in recent time? They've said that they would not go ahead to confirm, to work on the confirmation of INEC Resident Electoral Commission because of their grievances over the indecision of the presidency on the Magu's rejection on that floor. Are you worried about what the senators are doing also?
I watch CNN almost permanently as I am here. I am watching what is going on Capitol Hill. There is struggle everywhere. The executive and the legislature, their relationship is always a cat and mouse game. Everybody plays that game. If the legislature believes that the executive has no respect for them, they will hold them. It's the same way the executive would expect that the legislature will respect their institution.
Let me allow Mr. Kasim Afegbua, just for a moment, Chief Momodu, let me allow Mr. Kasim Afegbua to weigh in on this one. Do you think that the senators have overreached themselves in some of their decisions recently, for example, on the issue of Magu?
Well, I think the Senate has played its own role as the body responsible for the confirmation of anyone so appointed by the president to occupy the seat of chairman of the EFCC. The other aspect of requesting the executive arm of government, by extension the president, to sack Magu, that does not reside with the Senate. They have rejected Magu as a substantive, chairman of the EFCC. They have given their reasons, and I expect their role to terminate at that juncture. But now that Magu is acting, it is within the prerogative of the president. If he wants to resubmit the name of Magu, he has also the powers to do so, and the Senate also has the power to take a decision on Magu. But the bottom line of all of this is that there is a missing link between the party in government, the party in power, that the APC now, and the various or the respective arms of government, the legislature and the executive, and perhaps even the judiciary. There has to be a way of building and sustaining a symbiotic relationship amongst and between these arms of government so that the larger interests of Nigerians will be better served than these
Mr. Afegbua,
ding-dong
so that we
affair that tends to suggest as if
Mr. Afegbua, so that we can bring home the point, do you believe that there is some level of political failure within the Buhari cabinet or Buhari government, some diplomacy that is not being employed in what has been done so far, just normal governance without political will to push those issues? Just briefly.
If you ask me my honest view, I will say that the president of the country, who also happens to be the leader of the party, has not really taken up the full responsibility of that role. The role of being the leader of the party, bringing all the divergent elements within the party to bear in the process of governance. The president must take full charge of the party. He must reach out to every Tom, Dick, and Harry in the party, the National Working Committee, the executive, the National Executive Committee, the Board of Trustees.
All right, Mr. Afegbua, I'm afraid we're out of time. Thank you so much, Mr. Afegbua. Thank you so much for talking to us. Chief Dele Momodu, many thanks for your time on the program. That's how far we can go. Many thanks for being part of it. I'm Sean Okimbale. Bye for now.